Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I would like to explain how to do the page 4 part C of the year 5 test papers, because a lot of questions in here that I feel like it's pretty hard for some of you guys, and I just want to explain how you can do these questions if you're curious. Okay, so let's go through the first question. It says, what is a smaller angle between east and northeast? So the first thing I would do is draw the directional line to help me figure out what's happening. Once I draw the picture, it's a lot easier to see what's going on. So we got first we got north, east, south, and west, right? So the way we can remember, if you don't remember how to draw this one, you can first we just go clockwise direction, and we always start with north. And you can think of it like this one: never eat soggy wheat. That's how I remembered it. Okay, so some people like to remember that as something else. Maybe never eat Shrek's wife. I don't know. Either way, just remember that never eat soggy wheat, and in the clockwise direction you can always draw this compass direction thing. Alright, now it says what's the small angle between east and southwest? Now southwest, where is southwest? Southwest is halfway between south and west, so it'll be here. This is southwest, and east would be here. So it says what's the small angle? Well, if we go from east to southwest, we can go this way, or we can go this way. Which one's a smaller angle? The smaller angle is obviously this one, right? This one is bigger. You gotta go 90, another 90, and then, so this is 90, this is 90, you go 180, then you gotta go this extra bit. Whereas if you go this way, you're only going 90 and then the extra bit. So it's a smaller one. So we have to figure out this angle here. Now, we know that in a circle, in a full circle, we have 360 degrees. Okay, so 360 degrees. We're dividing into 4 quadrants. So we do 360 divided by 4, and obviously that gives us 90. So each one of these is 90 degrees. Okay, so to go from east, we're going to go to south first, and that's 90 degrees. Now to go from south to southwest, that's only halfway to west. So if you go all from south all the way to west, that's another 90 degrees, but we only went halfway, which means that this angle is half of 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees divided by 2, and that gives you 45 degrees. So this is your 45 degrees, and this is 90 degrees. So if you want to find the small angle between east and southwest, we just add them together. We say, okay, what's 45 degrees plus 90 degrees? And you can probably figure that out yourself. You can add them up, just a matter of addition. Alright, next one. Actually, I'll just answer that for you. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it for you to answer. Alright, question 2. It says 1 divided by 2. Okay, look at this. You have division times division times division times times. Okay, now division and times, according to BODMAS, they fall under the same importance category. So BODMAS says, let me just write here, BODMAS. Okay, so brackets, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Alright, now division and multiplication, even though division is written first, they're actually the same level of importance, and addition and subtraction also same level of importance. So when you see them together, so what I mean by this is that if I saw addition and subtraction together, so if I have, let's say 20 minus 7 plus 3, for example, right? When you see this, you have to do from left. We'll do the left one first, and then we do the right one, then we add the 3. if you do it backwards, sometimes you can get the wrong answer. So for example, if I do this one first, I do 7 plus 3, I'll get 10. This will be 20 minus 10, and that'll give me 10, right? But what if I did the left to right? 7, let's just do it again, same question. If I do 20 minus 7, I get 13. 13 plus 3, I get 16. Can you see that you get two different answers if you don't do it from left to right? So when we have the multiplication division, we should do it from left to right. Okay, we should do it. So let's have a look. We got 1 divided by 2 times it by 3. Alright, so what we should do is we should do this one first, division first. So 1 divided by 2, let's just put into a fraction, that's a half, right? So that turns, I need to wrap something out. I need some space. Okay, I'll just do it here then. So 1 divided by 2 is just a half, like this, it'll be a half. Now you times it by 3. 3, this is a whole number, so it'll be 3 over 1. So now you just have 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 1 is 2. So now you get this thing. So we've done that. Now we're dividing it by 4. Okay, we divide by 4. So you divide it by 4, which means that you're dividing it by 4 over 1. All of these numbers are whole numbers, so it'll be over 1. What happens when you divide? You flip this upside down, because we're dividing fractions, right? We've got to flip it upside down, so it becomes 3 on 2, and this will be 1 on 4. That flips upside down. And then we change from divide to times, so times. So now you get 3 on 2 times 4, which becomes, because 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 4 is 8. So let's just make it 8 here. So we're now 3 over 8. Alright, that one's done. Now we times it by 5. Okay, so let's times it by 5. 5 is a whole number, so again, it'll be over 1. So 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 1 is 8. Let's continue. Now we're dividing it by 6. The next part is divided by 6. So we divide by 6, so 15 on 8. We divide by 6. 6 is over 1. So that's 15 on 8. And then 6 on 1, we flip it, so it'll be 1 over 6, and you change that divide into a times. And now you get, oh, hold on, before we continue, let's have a look at this guy and this guy. Because we're multiplying, we tend to simplify. And we say, hey, I can divide these guys by 3. So let's divide it by 3, we get 2. Divided by 3, we get 5. Okay, now we can multiply, it'll be a lot easier. 5 times 1 is 5, and then 8 times 2 is 16. There's your simplified answer, see? And then next we're up to times 7 and then times 8. See, times 7 over 1. Okay, we can't simplify anything here, so it's just be 5 times 7, which is 35, and then 16 times 1, which is 16. Now we have to times it by 8. That's the last one. And if you may have noticed, the 8 and the 16, they can be simplified. I can divide this by 8, I will get 1. Divide this by 8, I'll get 2. So it's a lot easier to simplify before you actually multiply it across. Now nothing else can be simplified, so we multiply it across. So it'll be 35 times 1, that's 35. 2 times 1, that's 2. So your answer should be 35 over 2. Now 35 over 2 is an improper fraction, so let's change it into mixed numeral, because I don't see 35 over 2 in the answer. So let me just rub it out here. This rubber's a bit too small, let's change it bigger. Let's get rid of this as well, actually. A bit messy. Alright, so I don't see 35 on 2 here, so let's change this to one into mixed numeral. How many 2's go into 35? Okay, well, let's divide it. 35 divided by 2. 3 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And then, minus, we get 1. Bring down the 5. 15 divided by 2 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract, we get remainder 1. So the question when we asked, rubber too big. When we have 35 on 2, and we want to change it to a mixed numeral. We say how many 2 is going to 35? The answer is 17 times with a remainder of 1, because we can see here remainder 1. So that means 1 over 2, so 17 and a half. Okay, so the answer is A, 17 and a half. All right, question 4. Find the missing 4-digit number. Okay, let's work it out. Get rid of all this. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is when we add numbers, we always add from the right hand side first, and then we go this way, right? So we're gonna do the same thing. Let's do that. Okay, so 9 plus 2 is what? Is 11? 11. Now, what do I have to add to keep the 1 there? What does this number have to be? Well, it could be a 0, or could be, so 11, could be a 0, could be a 1, could be all the way to 9, right? All the way, so 11 could add with a 2, 11 could add with 3, all the way to 11 could add with a 9. So what number can give you a possible 1? The only answer is if you add a 0, or you could add a 10. You can't add a 10, like this cannot be a 10, you know what I mean? Like you can't, it's a single digit, so the only way for it to be is a 0. So the last digit has to be a 0 if you want that to be a 1, that number to be a 1. So this one has to be a 0. 2 plus 9 is 11, carry the 1, and that has to be a 0. Okay, great. So we know that, oh look, they all have 0s at the end, so there's no, okay, nothing there can help us. Okay, let's keep going. So now we have 1 plus 2, which is 3. 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8. Now you have 8. So that means that all of these, there's that one there. All of this is 8. 8 plus what number will give me a 1 again? 8 plus what number? 8 plus 3. So this one must be a 3. 8 plus 3 will give me 11. And I'll carry the 1 over. And that's how you get a 1 there. Okay. Next one, you have all of these add up to what? 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So this is 10. 10 plus what will give me a 1? Well, 10 can only add with a 1 to give me 11, with the last digit being a 1. Or 10 can add with 11, which also gives me 21, with the last digit is a 1. But you can't add 11 because you need a single digit. This is a single digit here. It's not a double digit. Okay. So therefore, this number must be a 1. Okay, so that means 10 plus 1 is 11, so we carry the 1 over. And now we have 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus with what number will give me 11? Because we want 11, we want this, the total to be 11, because we know there's a carry of 1 over here. Okay, there's a carry of 1, and this one's a 1, so we know it's 11. So we have 9 plus what? 9 plus 2. So this number must be a 2. 9 plus 2 will give me 11, which will carry the 1 over here, and you get exactly this number here. So the answer is 2,130, which is this one here. Okay. If you don't believe me, I will show you real quick how they all add up. Okay. So let's have a look. 5. Oh, by the way, if you already know how to do this or whatever, just go to the next question. You don't have to keep watching my explanation if you already know it. Okay, this is 2130. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 0 is still 11. So that's 11, carry the 1. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 3 is another 11, carry the 1. Okay, 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11 again, carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, and carry the 1, and then you got the answer there. Boom. Alright, that's the proof. Now let's go next question. It's actually, you know what, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Throat feels a bit dry. Okay, excuse me. Let's get back to this. Now, question 4 says, find the total surface area of the open box. Okay, so the surface area, the total surface area is the area of all the surfaces. So the area of this face, area of this face, the area of the back face, the area of the left, so this, let's go left face. Alright, let me just, maybe if I draw it in, this is the front face. This is the right side of the right face. The back face, and obviously underneath, so the bottom face. So we're asked to find the surface area of all of that. So let's find it out. And we don't find the top face. Why? Because there is no top face. It's there's an open, there's no top face. There's no lid. So it says find the total surface area. So let's do that. Now, okay. Let's see. So let's look at the dimensions. You got 60 here, 60 here, which means this must be 60 as well. So 60 times 60. Well, the front face. Let's do the front. 60 times 60. Let's get rid of this actually. Okay. So 60 times 60 would give us what we get? Okay. So the way we do this quickly is we go, what's 6 times 6? 6 times 6, that's 36. And you got 2 zeros, so you put 2 zeros. And that's it. That's the fast way. Okay. Next one is the front face is that one. Let's look at the back face. The back face should be the same, right? The back face has the same height and same length. So the back face should be also 60 times 60, which also equals to 3,600. Now, let's look at the left face, the right face. The right face, this one here. So it's made of 60 and 50. So I'm going to say the right face is equal to 60 times 50. Alright, again, we just do the quick method. We say 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. And we have 2 zeros. So we put 2 zeros at the end of 30. So we got 3,000. Okay, and the left face must also be the same. Left face must also be that one, which is again 3,000. Now the bottom face. The bottom face is, you can see in here, it's made up of 50 and 60. Okay, so the bottom face equals to 50 times 60, and that's also again 3,000. Okay. So now to find the total surface area, we add all of these numbers. Oh, what happened there? We add all these numbers up. We add all these numbers up here. Okay, so 3,000, there's 3 lots of them. 1, 2, 3. We times it by 3, we get 9,000. So 9,000 add with these two together makes 7,200. Okay, if you add them to all, if you're not sure about that, let's do it. This is still step by step. We can say 3,600 plus 3,600. The 9,000 is just all of these add together. I've added them up very quickly. It's easy. Now we add these up. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. That's 10 plus 6 is 16. So your answer should be 16,200, which is... where's the answer? Oh. It will be this one. 16,200, and that's your answer. So, okay, rub this out. There you go, done. Okay, next one. the diagram is folded to make a cube. So this one is folded to make a cube. In making the cube, which face will be opposite to A? Okay, so you have to imagine what would happen if I fold this. So imagine I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna use this one as the base. I could use any of the base. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm just use that one to the base. I choose that one. So C would be the bottom face. Let me imagine if I can draw like this. Draw a 3D shape. This is your C. Now I'm gonna fold the B. This one. You see this one here? I'm gonna fold it. I'm gonna fold it up. So now B is over here. Okay. And where would A go? Well, A would go over here. It will connect to this one. So A will be over here. Now that's the back. That's the back side. Now D would fold, obviously fold up. So D would be, imagine this. D is the front face. This is D. So D would be. Actually, let me just show you. Actually, no, forget it. Okay, so this one would be D would be in the front, and then it says which one is the opposite of A. Okay, well, if opposite A, you can already see that D is opposite of A. This is the back face, and this is the front face. So A is in the back, D is in the front. So therefore, D must be opposite of the A. So therefore, the answer is this one here. Okay, next one says a magic square is one in which all rows, columns, and diagonals have the same sum, the same total. Find the number marked X. So here's your thing here. Okay, so what we got to do is we know that all of these add up to the same number. So that row must add up to some number. This row add up to some number, and this row number. So they're all the same, and all of the columns add up to the same number, and same number, and even diagonals same number as well. Okay, so let's see. We need to figure out what the number is. Well, can we do that? Yes, we can. We got this row already filled up for us, right? So we can figure out what the number is. So all we got to do is add 22 plus 15 plus 20. 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So 57. That means they all have to add up to 57. So that's equal to 57. Now I don't have anything here. I can't figure out these ones yet, but I can figure out this side. I'll do the top here. Okay. So we know that 21 plus 20 is equal to 41. 41 plus something is equal to 57. They all have to add up to the same number. Okay. So 41 plus something is equal to 57. So if we take 57 minus 41, we will find a difference, and they'll give us this number here. So 57 minus 41. 7 minus 1 is 6. 5 minus 4 is 1. So this number, this number must be 16. Figure it out. So that's if you put 16 there, you will also get a sum of 57 on this side. Alright, we're starting to get it. Now, I need to get to X, okay? I need to find out what X is. But to get there, I need more information. So, which way can I add to get my information? We need to fill out more boxes. Okay. What if can I add this way? Whoopsie. Can I add this way? No, not enough information. I got 2 unknown numbers. I need to only have 1 unknown number to figure it out. Can I add this way? Nope. Still 2 unknown numbers. You cannot find out what they are. Can I add this way? Nope. Because I don't know what that is, and I don't know what that is. But I can add this way. Okay, I've got 2 numbers that I do know, and I have 1 number that I don't know. Okay, so we have to do. We know that 22 plus some number plus 16 is equal to 57. They always add up to 57, okay? Because we're adding, the rule for adding is that you can add in any order you want. It's like 1 plus 2 plus 3. I could do 3 plus 1 plus 2. Still be the same thing, right? Doesn't matter which order you add. This is one of the rules of addition that it's not very mentioned a lot. but yes, you can add in any order. So let's add 22 and 16 first. So what's 22 plus 16? We're gonna get 2 plus 6 is 8, 2 plus 1 is 3. So therefore, these two together will become 38. So 38 plus with one more number will give me 57. How do we find that number? We do subtraction. We do 57. We minus 38. We find a difference, right? Okay, 7 minus 8 we cannot do, so we borrow from the 5. It turns into a 4, and this becomes a 17. 17 minus 8 will give you 9. And then 4 minus 3 will give you 1. So therefore, this number must be 19. That's the missing number here. Whoops, sorry. That should... Okay. So this is 16 and this is 19. Okay. Now from here, I could work out this one or I could work out this one, whichever one I want. I'm gonna do this one here. Okay. So I can use this row to figure out that number there. So let's rub this out, make some room. Now, let's rub this out, put 19 back here. To find this number, I'm gonna put it in blue. Find this number. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Okay, something plus with 19 plus 21 is also equal to 57. They're all up to 57 actually. All right, so let's add these numbers up. 19 plus 21 will give me 40. 40 plus something is equal to 57. So we do 57, take away 40, and you will get 17. So this number must be 17. Alright, now we have enough information to figure out what x is. Okay, so x just represents a number. So don't be confused by the letter. It's just there's a number there, and we just call it x. But x could be anything. It could be 5, could be a 7, whatever. To figure out what x is. So we know that x. Okay, the one with the x plus 17 plus 22 is also equal to 57. So let's add these up first. We get this will be 39. Yeah, 39. So x plus 39 is equal to 57. What's x? Well, we do subtraction. 57 take away 39 and you'll get the number for x, and you can work it out yourself. Okay. Question 7. It says increase the quotient. Quotient means division. Quotient of 30 and 6. So 30 divided by 6. So what's 30 divided by 6? That gives me 5, right? 30 by 6 is 5. So it says increase that number 5. Increase 5. So increase 5 by the difference. The difference means subtraction between 17 and okay. So what we're going to do is this. When you see questions like this, here's a one way you can do it. The way you do it is you look at the wording. If it says a number and a number, okay, it says and, we put it in brackets right away. We say 30 and 6, so we put it in brackets. Next one is 17 and 12. 17 and 12 we put in brackets as well. Okay. Now the first one, the first bracket, the one with this 30 and 6, it says quotient. So we know we put a division in there. The second one says the difference. Difference means minus, so we minus that one. And then it says increase is the first thing. It says increase, so we have to put increase as. So they want you to take that and increase it by that. It means that we have to add them. Alright, so we have that expression there. Now we can work it out. We're going to use BODMAS. BODMAS says you got to do brackets first. In the brackets you got division, so this one will turn into 5. And this one will turn into 5. Okay, so now you got 5 plus 5, and obviously the answer is 10. So your answer is A. There you go. Next one, question number 8. A satellite takes 27.36 hours to orbit the Earth. How many complete orbit does a satellite make in a week? Ooh, difficult question. Okay. This one requires you to know how to do division very well. Let me see if I have enough space. Okay, So first of all, we need to know how many hours are in a week. How many hours in a week? So in one day, so let's, in a week, how many days do we have? In a 1 week. 1 week we have 7 days. Okay. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there's 7 days in a week. Now in each day, one day has how many hours? We got 24 hours. You should remember this. So each day, so Monday, 24 hours. Tuesday, 24 hours. Wednesday, 24 hours. Thursday, 24. And you have 24 hours in each day. From Monday all the way to Sunday. So the question is, how many hours are there all together in a week? Well, there's 7 lots of 24, right? So we do 7 times 24. We do 7 times 24 and we work it out. 7 times 4 is equal to what? 28? 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. So there are 168 hours in a week. Alright, that's the first step. We need to work that out. Get rid of this. 168, okay? Great. So in a week you have 168 hours. Now we're going to take that and divide it by 27 hours and 36 minutes. The reason I divide is because in a week here, imagine this is a week. Okay. In a week you have 7 days. If I can divide this into 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. There's your 7 days. Each day you got 24 hours, obviously. Okay. And altogether you go from 0 hours all the way to 168 hours because there's altogether 168 hours in a week. Now, the question is, the satellite takes 27.36. So if this is 24, 27.36 is roughly about here. This is one orbit. One orbit. And then you add another 27, so it'll be roughly here somewhere. That's another orbit, another one orbit. Okay, so the question is, how many of these orbits will fit in a week? Okay, so that's why we have to divide. We have to take 168 and divide it by the 27.36. We want to see how many of these 27.36 hours will fit inside a week. So divide. So you're taking, let's do a different division. You're taking 168 and you're dividing it by 27.36. Now that looks complicated, right? It looks really hard to divide. So this question, you have to be a bit good with your division. So the way we do this, we try and make it easier. So when we divide, let's think of division as a fraction, because fraction and division are the same thing. Okay, so let's put it into a fraction. We take 168 and we're dividing it by 27.36. Okay. Alright, now in a fraction, we tend to not like decimals inside of a fraction. Like, look at, there's a decimal here. We don't like to have decimals. So we try to get rid of the decimal. We can do that. If you multiply the bottom number by, let's see, is it 10? Is 10 enough? No, you need to multiply by 100. So I'll put it in blue. Multiply by 100. Now remember, whatever you do to the bottom number, you must do to the top number to keep the fraction the same. If you don't do that, the fraction will be a different number. We want to keep the fraction the same. So now why did I times it by 100? Because if I times it by 100, the decimal place will jump to the right 2 times, turning it into a whole number, right? So what does that equal to? Well, the bottom number now becomes a whole number. It becomes 2736. Now what about the top number? The top number becomes 168. You times it by 100, you add 2 zeros to the end of it. Oh, there you go. So that's a lot easier to do, kind of. But it's still difficult, right? So let's make it easier. So we try to simplify this. You can divide it straight away, but it looks pretty big. So let's make it smaller. So let's have a look. 16800 divided by 2736. Now we have to divide the top and bottom number. We're trying to simplify this fraction. So you got to divide the top and bottom number by something. Now the easiest one to think of is 2, because they're both even numbers. So we divide it by 2, divided by 2, and let's see, what's the top number divided by 2? Okay, so we got 16800 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Take away, you get 0. Bring the 8 down. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And 0. And then you got the 2 zeros, and that's it. So therefore, you get 8,400. So you divide by 2, and you get the top number to be 8,400. Now divide the bottom number by 2. So 2736 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's the 2. Minus, you get no remainder. Bring the 7 down. 7 divided by 2 is 3. 2 times 3 is... Excuse me. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. Take away, you get remainder 1. Bring the 3 down. 13 divided by 2 is equal to 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Take away, you get remainder 1. Bring the 6 down. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. No remainder. So therefore, this number will be 1368. Okay. The number's getting a bit smaller now. Let's keep dividing. Let's keep simplifying this fraction. Okay. If I divide the top number by 2, I will get 4200. If I divide the bottom number by 2, let's see what that looks like. So 1368 divided by 2. 13 divided by 2 will give me 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Take away. We get remainder 1. Bring the 6 down. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. No remainder. Bring the 8 down. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so that's 2 times 4 is 8 and no remainder. So the answer is 684. Okay, and it's starting to look a lot easier to divide now, isn't it? But if you can divide straight away, but if you want to keep going, you can keep going. Make it even smaller. So 4,200 over 684. I'm going to divide it by 2 again. I'm going to get 2100. This number will become what? 342. Divided by 2 again. I don't know what that is going to be. Let me see. 2100 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. No remainder. Bring the 1 down. 1 divided by 2 is 0. Because you can't divide it. So, and then 2 times 0 is 0, 0. Minus, you get remainder 1. Bring the 0 down. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And then you have another 0. So put a 0 there. So this one will be this much. Now you do 342 divided by 2. This will be a 1. 3 divided by 2 is 1, so that will be a 2. Minus, you get a 1. Bring the 4 down. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. No remainder. Bring a 2 down. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this will be 171. Okay. Rub this out. Now I know that these two numbers are divisible by 3 because I know my divisibility rule, but I don't expect you to know that. So if you're not sure, just alright, you're like, okay, I've got to this number, it's a lot easier to divide, so let's just divide it. Okay, let's just go ahead and divide it because we can do it now. I'm gonna rub this out. I need some space. So let's because this is a division. The fraction here is a division, so we're still dividing. We're still doing 1050 divided by 171. Maybe I need... yeah. Okay, I'll just do it here. So we look at 105 divided by 171. Can we do that? No, because 105 is less than 171, so you can't do it. So that means we have to take the whole thing and try and figure out how many 171s go into 1005. Okay. So let me see, 171. If you times it by 10, you would get 1,710. That's too big, so it can't be 10. Would it be maybe 5? Let's try 5. 171 times 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8, so 855. Bit still too small. So try maybe let's try 6. Okay, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. 1 times 6 is 6 plus 4 is 10. Oh, there we go. This number is a lot closer. So therefore, we know that it goes when you divide this number here, you're going to get 6 and a little bit. 6 and a bit. Okay, so let's see if our answer has anything to do with 6. How many days? So 6 days and there's a remainder. So 6 and maybe some fraction here. Let's see what the fraction is. 1050 minus 126 will be 24. So what that means is you have 6 days and 24 over 171. So 6 and some fraction of a day. So the question is how many complete orbits? So 6 complete orbits and 24 out of 21. So therefore you want 6. Answer is 6 because you got 6 complete orbits. It hasn't reached 7 yet, so you haven't got 7 complete orbits. Okay, let's wrap this up. Alright. Next one is Farmer Smith has rabbits and chickens. How many chickens are there if altogether there are 20 heads and 50 legs? So then we have to draw a little table here and it will help us guess. So we have the rabbits and the chickens. Oh, whoops! I forgot one more. I need another. Let me just do it again. Okay, rabbit, chicken, and we need a total as well. Okay. So let me see, we need the heads and the legs over here. Okay. Now we know that the number of rabbit and chickens, how many rabbits and chickens are there? There are 20 heads altogether. Altogether 20 heads. So the total of all the heads, so whatever number here plus whatever number here, you get 20. Okay, so this number should be 20. The number of legs, whatever this is number of legs of the rabbits. All the rabbit legs plus all the chicken legs will give you a total of 50. It says 50 legs altogether. So we know there's 50 here. Okay, so now we have to guess and see what happens. So rabbits, we know that each rabbit has 2 legs. And each rabbit has 4 legs. And each chicken has 2 legs. So we know that there are 20 heads, okay? So what I mean, let's look at the table. If I have, let's pretend I had 2 chickens, right? So 2 chickens have 2 heads. And how many legs do 2 chickens have? 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So the bottom number is whatever the top number times it by 2. And you get the bottom number. And same thing for the other side. If I have 2 rabbits, I've got 2 times 4, I've got 8 legs. Because each rabbit has, 4 legs, right? So now we know this number plus this number must be 20. So let's just do guess and check. Let's try 10 rabbits and 10 chickens because 10 plus 10 is 50. Now how many legs does 10 rabbits have? We've got 10 rabbits. How many legs does 10 rabbits have? 10 times 4, you give 40. And how many legs does a chicken have? Well, 10 times 2, that's equal to 20. Does it add? So does this add to 50? No, it doesn't. So that means our guess of the rabbit and the chickens are wrong. So we got 60. So we got 60, which is a big number. We want to make it go down. So we need to decrease the big number, the rabbits. So instead of 10 rabbits, let's do maybe 8 rabbits. Let me just grab this. maybe 8 or 6. I think one of them should be 7. I'll try 8 first. If we had 8 rabbits, how many chickens do we have? We got 12 chickens. Okay. Now 4 times 8 will be 32. 2 times 12 is 24. If you add them together, you'll get 56. 56. Still too big, so no. Alright, so let's try, instead of that, let's try 4 rabbits. If there are 4 rabbits, there'll be 16 chickens, right? 4 plus 16 is 20, which is what we want. Okay, if there are 4 rabbits, there are 4 times 4 is 16 legs. And chickens, you got 2 times 16 will be 32. Do they add up to 50? You get 48. Oh, okay, very close, very close. Okay, this plus this is only equal to 48, not 50 yet. So I'm gonna increase the rabbits now to make it bigger. So 4 is not good enough. Let's try 5. If there are 5 rabbits, there must be 15 chickens to make a total of 20. And now, if you got 5 rabbits, how many legs does all rabbits have? 5 times 4, 20. How many legs do all the chickens have? 2 times 15, that's 30. Oh, there we go. 20 plus 30 is 50. Therefore, we have the correct number of rabbits and chickens. Now, the question is, how many chickens are there? Well, let's look at it here. There are 15 chickens, and the answer is B, 15 chickens. Alright. Next one says a swimming costume and beach towel cost $56.35. If the towel was 2/5 the price of the costume, so a swimming costume. Okay, so together, if the towel costs 2/5 of the costume. Okay, so what it means is this: imagine you have a towel and you have a costume. Now imagine if the costume, the towel was 2/5 of the costume. So imagine the costume. This is the price. Let's say this is the price of the costume. There's this like block there, and the towel is only 2/5 of that. So let's divide this into 5 pieces. Right? There you go. So we can have that, and now the towel is 2/5 of that. So the towel only has 2 blocks, isn't it? It's got 2 blocks and it has 5 blocks. There's 2/5. If the towel was 2/5 the price of the costume, find the cost of the towel. So the price of the costume can be divided by 5, and the towel is 2/5 of that. So imagine, so if we add the prices of these two together, add up, how much do we get? We get the answer to be $56.35. Alright, so can you imagine if we add these blocks up, how many blocks do we get altogether? We have 2 blocks plus 5 blocks is, we got how much blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, oops, that's a bit too much. 7 blocks. You add them up, you get 7 blocks. Whoops. These 2 blocks belong to the towel, and this one to the costume. Okay. And altogether, you got $56.35. So let's take this $56 and divide it by 7. I want to see how much each of these blocks is worth. Okay, so we do 56.35 divided by 7. Okay, so 56 divided by 7 will give you 8. 7 times 8 is 56. We do a subtraction and there's no remainder. We bring the 3 down. Okay, ignore the by the way, ignore the decimals for now. Okay, ignore that, don't worry about it. It's funny how I say ignore and then I made it bigger. Anyway, okay, so bring the 3 down. 3 divided by 7. Can 3 be divided by 7? Of course not. So we put a 0. 7 times 0 is 0. And we do subtraction again, we get a 3 again. Bring the 5 down. 35 divided by 7 is exactly 5. 7 times 5 is 35, and there's no remainder. Now that we have this is our answer. But where's the decimal? Well, if you think about it, this is close to 56, yeah? 56 divided by 7 should be 8. So our decimal should make this number turn into an 8, close to 8. So should I put it here? 80? No. I should put it here. Make the number close to 8 as possible. So therefore, the answer is $8.05 for each of these blocks. So what I mean by that is this. Each of these blocks is $8.05. So this is $8.05, $8.05, $8.05, and so on, right? It's hard to see because it's so tiny. Anyway, the question is, find the cost of the towel. Well, the towel is, you got 2 of these blocks. Now remember that one of the blocks is $8.05. So 2 of the blocks must be double of the $8.05. So you have $8.05 and you add another $8.05. You got 2 blocks. So you got, this will be a 10. This will be a $16.10. So therefore the price of the towel must be $16.10, which is C. Alright. Nearly there, nearly there. This is taking very long to explain. I thought this would be quicker, but these questions are tricky. Anyway. Alright. Next one, last one says, George has 3 shirts, 2 belts and 4 ties. How many different grouping of a shirt, belt and tie can he wear? Okay, so he's got 3 shirts. Imagine his shirts are red, maybe red shirt, white shirt, and a black shirt or blue shirt. So he could wear any of these shirts. He can choose them. Now he got 2 belts. So he got belts. He can choose each time he chooses a shirt, he can choose the belt. So let's say he chooses a red shirt, he can choose maybe belt 1 and belt 2. If he chooses the white shirt, he could still have belt 1 and belt 2. And if he chooses a black shirt, he can still do belt 1 and belt 2. And now he has 4 ties. So tie, this is ties. So let's say he chooses a red shirt and chooses belt 1. Then he can choose the 4 ties. Okay, each of these has 4. So he can choose tie 1, tie 2, tie 3, tie 4. And that's just one way he can go. Or he can go red shirt, he can choose belt 2, and he can still have the 4 different ties. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Each of these will have 4, isn't it? You can imagine each of these will have 4 options. So, how many different groups of shirt, belts and ties can he wear? Well, we have to find out how many of these are there altogether. How many of these are there altogether? Okay, so we do multiplication to get it done quickly. We got 3 lots of 2. So we say 3 lots of 2. And each of these two have lots of 4. So 2 times 4. 3 times 2 times 4. And you can work that out yourself. Get the answer. Okay. And that's it. I think, yeah, that's it. Alright, hope that helps.